bear the sword in vain. Our government is God's minister, an avenger to execute wrath on him who practices evil. Those of us who believe all that's in the New Testament also believe Jesus' words, that God does work things all together for good, for those who love the Lord and called according to his purpose. I don't know what all good things will come from this act of sheer evil and hatred on 9/11. That much hate that could bring down that many people and that much in the way of structure on the heads, on the bodies of innocent men and women. But I do know we should learn lessons. This government, whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, whether you're the Jewish faith, whatever your faith, you have to understand there needs to be a government in order to maintain order in society. Because this is not a perfect world, and people are not perfect, and there will always be people bent on evil, bent on no good, and people who want to live in peace have to have governments in order to keep them safe as can be in a world where people exist who want to do evil. Jesus did say, blessed are the peacemakers, but he also said, if you say raka, it was a crime back then, an offense, you'll have to answer the courts. He anticipated there had to be an orderly government where people had to answer for their offenses and crimes against others. This is the government. We, the people of the United States, are the government, and every couple of years, there's a hiring day when people are supposed to examine the resumes, examine the backgrounds of those applying for the job to be servant. It's a hiring day. And we have a huge percentage of people who don't come out and even participate, even though they're the government and they're supposed to hire servants to come in here and do the job of protecting them. That's the government's role. On 9/11, we had people who did evil. If you believe Romans, they should be afraid. And there is nothing prohibitive in our United States Constitution of someone who is an enemy of the United States, is not an American citizen, being tried in a military commission or tribunal, as long as it's set up by the Congress. There is nothing unconstitutional about that. No more than there is anything unconstitutional about the U.S. government trying people in the United States military under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. There's nothing inappropriate about that under our Constitution. That's why my 4 years in the Army, people I knew were court-martialed. And they were tried under those rules that would not meet the requirements for someone who was not in the military. But the Constitution anticipates different people in different circumstances could have different type of trials. Nothing unconstitutional about that. And someone who is a foreign enemy of the United States, who commits, participates, aids, abets, encourages an act of war against the United States, is worthy of being tried in a military tribunal, a military commission, and he's worthy of being put to death if capital punishment is the judgment of the tribunal or the commission.